Hey everyone. Good morning to those of you on in the East Coast. Good afternoon. Today I am just going to take a walk in the state forest here next to my property. I've lived here for 3 years and I have never been back in there. This all that over there is my neighbor's property. Runs in a wedge, and we're going to walk down way down there to the end of the property where his property ends and the state forest begins, and then go back. Whoops, go back in. Well, okay, whatever. I can't point the right way because everything's mirrored on this damn thing. So yeah, back over there. But I'm gonna see what the hell's back here. Never been back up in there. Um, this is actually part of the Mark Twain on here. There we go. I'm walking next to the power lines here, so I don't know if that's what cut me out or what. Uh, the picture for the thumbnail on this video is actually a picture of Missouri's tallest mountain, the Taum Sauk Mountain. Is Taum Sauk Mountain. Is a measly 1,772 feet high. We live in the hills, the foothills of all that. We're about 65 miles from that mountain. Let's see if we turn around here. Junk is sitting over there, but we're going way back down in that little trail down here. And in just a moment, I'm going to turn the camera around so we can see, you guys can see where I'm going. But like I said, never been back up in here, so just curious as to what we might find, if anything. Might just be a bunch of woods. That trail that I'm walking down right now, it used to be a road that went all the way back out to the I don't want to say main road, but towards town. It would dump us off towards the main, towards an actual what do you want to call it? Just a paved road. Of course, we're back here in the dirt roads outskirts, and they closed it off right down here where we're going to cut in at. These woods that on the left of me are one of my neighbors, and the woods on the right of me are my other neighbors. Both good people. Plenty far enough away from each other that we don't bother each other if we're out doing something at night or during the day or whatever. And we're just about to the end of his property. There is a huge tree down here that sort of marks all this off, but I'll go ahead and turn this camera around so y'all can see where we're going. So give me a second here. Change this over to the back camera. Close that off. Okay. Okay. I might be pointing at things you don't know if you guys will be able to see or not, but cutting in right here, this is actually the split off. That back in there was the old road that I was just walking on up here. And then this corner right in here is where my neighbor's property coming down through here is. His is almost like an elongated triangle. And then this forest here goes about a mile back in that way to a lake. And then goes out that way about probably 3/4 of a mile, and then back up the other side of my property. This is not a big area of the state forest, but it is owned by the state. So we can walk back up in here and see what they got. There's lots of trash back here already. That's not a good sign. Looks like we got a washout. Runs down through here. Heads back down into the... And we got a lot of that around here. My property's got some on it too. Some runoffs because we're up on top of the hill. All the water rains out and runs down these hills. I don't know if you guys can tell how well that goes up right there. But man, there are some big, beautiful freaking trees back here. We'll see what we can walk through here. Don't worry about me getting lost. I know where the sun is. I know how to track myself around, and after being in a truck for so many years, I have a pretty good sense of direction. But if I get lost, you guys will know. You'll see me trying to find my way out of here. Well, that's a big tree. That's huge. That's an old growth right there. That thing's probably got to be a couple 100 years old. Normally, when I come back into the woods, I have a custom-made... A friend of mine made me a custom walking stick. It's got my name on it. It's got Fitzcrafter on it. It's got a mini knife hanging from it, some feathers and stuff like that. It was all custom made for me to come back in these woods and knock these spider webs down that I'll be walking through. I've already had to knock a couple down. I want another one I just walked through. But no big deal. I ain't scared of spiders. Somebody's been sitting back in here. Looks like it would have been a long time ago. That chair's really old. This old freaking old growth stump here. This chair's been sitting back here for quite some time. But looks like somebody was sitting. Okay. I'm not sure why there are property tags running down through here. I'm looking to see if maybe somebody else might own that end of it down through there. I don't know. I'm sure I'm not going to get in any trouble just for walking through the woods and doing a little filming. So, I would love to, especially in these old creeks like this. Wet Weather Creek is basically what it is. Find some old arrowheads or something like that. This is definitely Indian country from in the way back in the 1800s. And so this was all Indian territory around here. Now my wife's calling. Hang on a second here. I knew she was going to do that. I just knew it. I told myself that I should have called her before I took off. She had to go to the dentist today. She's getting her upper teeth mold done. And within about 2.5 weeks or so, she'll actually have her upper teeth put in. So I'm just looking to see if there's anything back in here we can go play around with. I love going back in the woods. If I had it my way, I wouldn't own a house. I'd just build myself a shelter out in the middle of the woods, get rid of this phone, get rid of everything, and just live off the land. I absolutely love it. Biggest thing you'll find around Missouri, rock. Lots of rock. And I just found out today when I was reading up on Sauk Mountain, Tom Sauk Mountain out there, that all these mountains and stuff, all the rock that comes up are Precambrian, which means very freaking old. Yeah, I'm just weaving around here through the woods. Looks like it's almost out of flat ground back here. That's unnatural for Missouri. It is quite a bit of flat ground right here. Big opening. Wonder what caused all this. I'd say it's all the sitting water. It looks like it's from the ground here. It looks like it's been covered in water quite a bit. This would be a mosquito breeding ground right here when it's wet. Another little indentation back in there. Carol, it looks like you and me's the only ones out here. I'm not sure if anybody else is on there. It only shows two of us. And I know I got my computer on at the house on the screen, so that's probably one. Wow. Another big opening. Oh, check that out. Let me get back in here. Another big area that gets really wet and filled, but look at the rock wall over here when I get in there. Wow, this is like a impact crater or something. Like it almost looks like something crashed here and pushed all that stuff up there. That's wild. Big bowl shape. I wonder, because they did mines around here. There's a mine underneath my property that was blown up and put in, imploded. I wonder if that's what happened here, because all that rock pushed up like that right there, or fell down like that right there, however it came in, going clear up in those banks, but then it levels off into nothing down here. And I just wonder if this might have been an entrance to an old mine that they blew up. They used to mine tiff, and mostly tiff out of here, but I was told there was some silver that they got out of here, and this is the lead belt of the United States. All this is open. I'm just wondering if this wasn't all part of a trail that they had through here. When they was back in here mining, I don't know. I can't say it for sure, but that hill still goes pretty far up in there, up and around. And all this is blown up down here to flat ground. You just don't see a lot of flat ground in Missouri. You have to make it. It doesn't just show up too much. There is some, but it ain't much. At least not on this southeast side. Let me see. How am I going to get through here? Let's go up through here. See what else we can find out here. I did not know any of that was back in there. That's pretty cool. And we did talk to the state about this property, and they told us we can come back here and cut trees and move things around so that we can make bike trails for our maybe that's where Trump cult stayed for a while. That might be. What was I just getting at? Was told that we can come back in here and cut, as long as we're not just cutting it for firewood, which I would cut it down and use it for firewood, but I'd be making trails. And Pete and I, my neighbor, have talked about this, and he's got four-wheelers, I've got a four-wheeler, and we'd like to come back in here and make us some trails through all this so we can just go riding and have a little bit of fun. So that's a possibility in the next year or so, as long as we're still here, God willing. All right, stick, get off me. Oh, some weird looking stones around here. Almost looks like shell of some sort, but it's some kind of a granite, or I'm sorry, not granite, quartz. There's a lot of quartz around here. Now we're getting to go where we're going up the mountain. Well, if you want to call it a mountain, it's probably not. It's just a oversized hill. There's some more back in there. I don't know if y'all can see them, but some more orange flags, property flags back in there. Not sure. Do not know why they're up out in here. Those look fresh. Maybe Pete's been out here already marking things off where he wants to go through. I don't know. I know I did get a spider web off the screen there. Well, shit, I just lost what I was going to say. Yeah, there's only, I'm not sure what these are for. But anyway, those are fairly fresh. But they're just here. On these two, there's nothing around here that goes along with them. So maybe somebody's just marking off a hunting spot. Because we can come back in here and hunt all we want on state land. No permits needed being a resident of Missouri and a resident of the county. We still have to hunt in season, but well, Carol, it should have, when you put links in there, it should have popped them up. Try just typing in like Telegram, just the word Telegram. I don't think I had to put anything in front of it. If it's not working, then I know what's wrong, because they were showing something, putting like an exclamation point first and then the word, but I didn't do that. So I don't know if maybe that's what's wrong. I'm not seeing anything back here interesting at this point, so I'll walk back here a little farther, see if we can find something. That's a nice old growth tree right there. That thing's got to be, shit, 3 feet around. Huge, huge trees. That's what I like about the state forest. The trees don't get messed with, and you get all these big, gross trees back here. They take over, and then all the little trees can't grow up because they block all the light. It makes it walkable like what we're doing now. Yeah, see, that worked. You put Telegram, and it put the Telegram link up there. So it's working. Good deal. Good deal. The links button should have, or the links should have put the link to my link bio up there, which is, oh, okay, hang on, guys. Get off of there. I got caught on a branch. Let me get my phone back up in the cradle here. Okay. Y'all went for a ride? I forgot I got my cord sticking out the side of the phone from my microphone, because I didn't know if it'd get windy back in here or not. This is Missouri. It tends to be windy on and off all the time. So you never know what you're going to run into. And this rock here, look at the layers in that rock. And that's how most of the rock on my property looks like, is all that layered rock. Like it's been mushed under great pressure somehow. Oh, dead tree. Now, see, that's the stuff there on that deadwood tree. There's a standing deadwood back there that I'd come back here and cut down use for firewood. There's one right here, as a matter of fact, a great big old standing, yeah, way up there. Great big old standing deadwood. Two of them actually. Cut those down and use them in the wood burner this winter. If I ever found it again, the same one. But yeah, we're not supposed to cut anything back here, but I did get permission to cut a trail, and just so happens that we will make the trails where most of the dead wood is, like this tree here. It's dead. Cut those down on the way through and use them for firewood. So I don't know if I want to walk all the way back to the lake or not. It's quite a ways back in there. I don't think I put the buy me a coffee one in there, sweetheart. I think I put that under the links, and I'm not sure why. Like I said, I'm not sure why the links didn't work. I'll have to go back in and look at it. It's new, something I just started messing with, so sort of looking for anything to go explore. I wasn't expecting much, actually. We got a burrow of some sort right there. Some kind of critter living in there. And it's pretty fresh. You can see the leaves and stuff have all been moved. So, some kind of critter in there. I was going to bring my gun just in case, because there are actually black bears around here. And there are a few, very few, but grizzlies in this state. A friend of mine did see one about 40 miles from here, out on Highway 32, going out towards Boss, Missouri. She seen a grizzly out there. She was out. Her car was broke down, and she was out there. And bear come walking across the road about 1,000 feet from her, and it scared her half to death. I think it's slow right now because Big D is being transported to Maryland. He just got out of West Virginia. Okay. That's okay. People can always come back and view it later. I don't mind. I'm just doing this because I can. I wanted to take a walk back in here and see just what there is and what there was and what there may be. Now, we might come back here and find a flying saucer. It crashed and nobody knew about it. Hard to tell. They did, according to records in Missouri, right after Roswell, about 2 years after Roswell, the crash they had there, supposedly just east of me, over by Cape Girardeau, they had a there's a lot of, I should have brought my walking stick. There's a lot of freaking spiderwebs out here. There was supposed to be a UFO crash over there too, and I've never went over that way to explore it, but I think I will, if as long as good Lord keeps us here long enough to do it. I do want to go up not St. Francis, Washington County has a state park just up the road about 8 miles from here. There's an old barrel back there that I'd like to go take a walk through and see. Now, it would have a bunch of trails to walk on, but the problem is it's got bunches of people too. And when I go hunting or walking through the woods and stuff like this, I like to be alone, or somebody with me can be with me, but I just would prefer to be alone. Now this thing's been welded up. Somebody was making a cook barrel out of that at one time. It's all rotted out now. Somebody had made a cook barrel out of that. Way back in here. There's another flat spot, low spot running up through there. That old tree's leaning there really hard. Could damn near walk right up that. Go see what's down here, if anything. Dead body. You know what? I wouldn't doubt it. With all the freaking, that's the only, get off me. Ran right into one in my face. With all the crackheads, and I hate to say it, Missouri's full of them. In this state, I see this is almost like it's been blown out too. This hill all the way around into a low spot that holds water. We ain't had no rain around here. I mean, nothing to account for in quite a while. I don't know if I go back up that way, I'm going to come out on the upper road. Look and see if there's anything of interest around here to mess with. Jeez. Yep, definitely should have brought my walking stick. I just didn't want to carry two things at once, having my phone and a walking stick. Because this little tripod thing that I have to carry around with me is not light. But it sure does make it easier to film stuff than holding it in my hand. Okay, we're back at the barrel. Let's go see what's back in here a little farther. Get off my stick. Thank you. Oh, I'm always careful, dog. I watch where every footstep goes down at. I watch for the critters and I listen. Imagine if we sat still for a while. I'll probably see some deer and stuff because I know they're back in here. That much I do know. There's lots of rabbits around here. Lots of squirrels. One thing, if this world goes to dog do, I know I can get plenty of food out here. And not worried about running out of ammo to... That's a big growth tree. Damn, that tree's big. I've got 130,000 rounds of bullets sitting back at the house, and 27 different guns. So I'm well covered in that area. What we got here? Big old burn pit, it looks like, but it's not a burn pit. It almost looks like it's been dug out. Well, if I ever need to, you talking about dead bodies, if I ever need to bury somebody, there's a hole already dug. It's about 5 feet deep already. You just wonder what causes some of that stuff like that. Did the ground cave in underneath it? Did it just wash out? Was it dug up by somebody? Was it used for something the Indians did 200 years ago? You just never know. All I'm seeing is just lots and lots of woods, which is nice, but nothing much to explore. Be nice to run up on something amazing and be able to change the title on the video and get 1,000,000 views on it. Wow. There goes spider web. Dang. Oh, good thing I'm still limber. I need to find me a stick. Yeah, sorry. Just had a spider hit me right in the face. Okay, that's all vine, so I ain't gonna be able to use it. Look around here and see if I can't find me a walking stick. This one looks a little, yep, it's dead. Now, I definitely ain't coming back out here again without my walking stick. Nice area right here. Now this area is perfect. I would build me something right back here and be 100% happy, away from everything. Although this really isn't, it's real close to the house and all that. I'd rather the property be something like this, but way out in the middle of the boondocks, wasn't nowhere. Boy, there's a lot of old growth trees back here. I got a lot of those big pine trees right there on my property. I want to hear something back here. Can't tell. I know it's coming from back over here. Can't tell if that's a deer or something smaller. I didn't say. Actually, Carol, that's what I came back here for, was to see if we could find any wildlife. I just got a trail cam today, and I took it down and put it on the bottom end of my property because I've been told there's all kinds of wildlife running down through there, but I never get to see it from my house or anything like that because it's so thick of woods. You can't see down through there. So I went and put me a little trail cam up. I found a cheap one, $29 on Amazon on Prime Day. And I took some pictures with it today, and they were beautiful. So hopefully I'll get some good footage of what's going on there. Now, see, we got a little wet weather creek running. I know you guys probably can't tell, but there's a wet weather creek running right down through there. Actually, there's a split right here. Two of them come together. Goes down into there, goes up over there, and then goes up right alongside this big tree right here. Back up there. So, let's see. Sun is right there. Okay. Just getting the bearings on my direction so I don't get lost. It ain't like I can get too lost out here anyway. The woods aren't that big. I'd always, if I just kept walking one direction, I'd come out one place or another. I went south, I'd come out up on the upper road up from my house. If I went north, I'd come out on the bigger road, which I'm walking north right now. If I walk east, I'll come out on my road, and if I go west, I'll come out at the lake, which is, I'd have to walk way around the road to get back there, but anyway it goes. Be easy enough to find my way out of here if I did mix myself up, but I know right now I just gotta go that way and I'll be back home. Just really interested in finding something back here. Anything. I mean, yeah, we found a chair, we found a barrel, found what looked like to be a blowed up mine shaft. That was all cool, but not quite what I was looking for. I'm going to stand here for a second and listen. I'm hearing nothing. No movement at all. I wouldn't imagine too much would be moving today anyway. It was already 90 degrees when I walked out the door. And most critters know enough to bed it down during the day, get up and do their stuff at night when it's cooler. And I could have done this at night. My phone's got night vision on it, but I don't. So, I mean, that's one thing I don't have. I don't have any night vision goggles or night vision for any of my scopes or anything like that for my guns. So, that's one thing I could use, but don't necessarily need to have. Might be good if we got into a bad situation with our upper echelon of a so-called government. Been a turkey back here, up right there. Turkey feather stuck on that piece of wood right there. There's not a whole bunch of it around, so it wasn't nothing that got killed. He just caught a feather. A really fluffy one too. Well, I can tell it's a turkey feather. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but it's brown on the tip right there. There's probably more of it on this at one time, but it's bleached out since it got ripped off. So, I know we see. There's another thing I could hunt back here too. I hunt turkeys. And if shit hit the fan, I've also got a bow. I've got a compound bow and about 40 arrows, and I have a crossbow. I've got probably about 100 bolts for. So I have plenty of ways to hunt. Where I could be stealth if I had to. Didn't want to draw no attraction to myself. This is really nice back in this area right here. It's all open. Not bad at all. Okay, sun's back over there. Let's start heading back up this way. We made a big sort of oval loop through here. Go see if we can spot anything up on our way back up this way. It's too hot to stay out here real long. I figured about an hour. It's been 45 minutes so far. And it's going to take me at least 15 minutes to get back out of here. But I figured an hour would be a good track through here just to see what the heck is back here. I'm really hoping to see a lot more than I have, but woods are woods. You get what you get. Definitely, hey Sherry, sorry I just seen your message there. Good afternoon to you too. Yeah, I just didn't have any real news. I mean, I got some news I could report on, but I'm not going to do it on this feed. I just really wanted to go for a walk, and maybe some of you might want to go with me. So I wasn't expecting a lot of views on this video. Just having a little fun. Oh, cypress tree. And if you wonder how I know what trees are what trees, back in the 90s, I owned a wood shop, and we dealt with just about all different kinds of woods. The company had two names. It was, okay, back up. The big spider. Get rid of me. Oh, come on. There we go. There he goes. Woodcrafters Unlimited, which served the RV industry. We built their cabinets, their overhead consoles, doors and drawers, dash consoles, and all that kind of stuff. And then the second name was Outlaw Truck Interiors. Yeah, there's an old tank. We made stuff for semis. And the reason it was called Outlaw Truck Interiors is because it's always been illegal to have a radar detector in a big truck. Well, we made perfect hiding spots that DOT could never find. And this old air tank, actually, that's had a couple shots taken at it, but they never went through. The tank actually looks like it would still hold air. I'll be dang. There's an old, where did I see that? Right here. Now that's an old bottle. Doesn't have a date on it. 78, 78. Maybe that's when it was made, 78. Quite old. Not as old as me, but quite old. This had the twist off top, but it was a half cork tripped up type, where it had a pop off lid. If I'd brought a bag or something with me, I'd have took that back home with me. Probably never find it again. Hey Terry. Yeah, I love the woods. I absolutely love the woods. I could come out here and stay all day, but my old age is getting to me, and being out here in this heat kicks my butt. Like I said, it was 90 degrees when I walked out here, and they're calling for the hottest part of the day not to be till about 4 o'clock today. So I'm imagining it's already gone up since I got out here. I can tell I'm sweating already. But it's been nice. It's a nice little walk. Trying to find a clear path back over this way. Heading back towards the east right now. See if we can't find the homestead. Terry, you never sent me an email. You're getting a hat too, darling. I made the mistake. That was my mistake, not yours. That I called you off first. So make sure you send me an email with your address so I can send you that hat. Try to get them both out before this weekend. I got a feeling I'm going too far north for where I want to be, which is okay. I can always get back up there. Clearing is back over there. I think the homestead's going to be back up right over in there. Well, okay, back over there. Not a big deal. Sooner or later, I'll find my way out of here. Got a pretty good idea where I'm at. Just trying to see different areas on the way through, and it's going to pop me out a little farther north than where I came in, I think. My wife told me to bring a roll of string out here so I could find my way back. I said, it's not like I'm going into a cave somewhere that's been unexplored. It ain't like they couldn't find me fairly easy. This thing is only about, I don't know, 1.5 by 1.5 square. This area right here of the state forest, so it ain't, I can't get lost that bad. Oh, let's see here. Steadily looking to see if we can't spot something else. Oh man. Now that, folks, I know looks terrible on this tree. How that's all done up right there and right there. But that, my friends, is a woodworker's gold. That is burl, and the woodworking stuff you can make out of that burl right there, because the wood is all twisted around in different, the grain runs all different directions, is absolutely gorgeous. You just love it. I've got 2 big, huge hunks of burl back at the house now. Like that bottom chunk right there, because it's all the way around the tree, is worth probably about $800. Just that bottom chunk. And that little tiny one that's up there, you'd get $50-$75 out of that real easy, just by cutting it off and not milling it, no nothing, just cutting it off and giving it to somebody. Make about $75. One thing is that's oak, and the oak burl is a cheap burl. And when I said $800, that's on the low side of burls. Another big old freaking spider web. But do I have matches and water? No. I have a lighter. I have cigarettes. And as for water, I don't drink water. I drink Pepsi. But no, I don't. I didn't bring anything to drink because I knew I wasn't going to be back here all that long. Hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half, something like that. Sun's overhead, so I'm still going the right direction. The thing is, if I went too far north, I could actually miss where the actual road, because they cleared it all off and let it overgrow. I could miss where that's at But I'd end up walking out to Mayo Road, which is the road leading back to my road. So no big deal there either. Just take me a lot longer to get back home. I ain't worried about that neither. Yes, I'm an old, stubborn man. I'm stubborn because I have drank my Pepsi for over 35 years, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. It's got all the water in it I need. Oh, let's see. Which way we want to go? We'll go downhill a little bit. Get that spider web out of my face. I knew I should have went down in the barn and got my walking stick. I told myself 3 times before we left to do it, and I said, I just don't want to carry 2 things. So, yeah, here we go. Milwaukee Best Ice. Somebody been back here drinking. It's been quite a while, but somebody been back here drinking. Let's go see what we can find over this way. Wow, that's a deep hole over here we're coming up to. I wonder if that's where we was earlier. Big old pine tree. No, that's not the same gully we was down in before. There's another way down in holler. And that big tree right there, that big pine sticking up right over there, I believe is over by the road. I could be wrong. There's a lot of them big pines around here. I can't say it's on my property because I got a bunch of them that look just like it. That could be. That we just standing next to one right there. It's huge. Okay, let's go down this way here. Now, they say around here, I don't know if you guys can see these holes in the ground. The camera, I don't know if the camera shows them as holes or it's just the ground. But there's a bunch of holes dug and pitted all over the ground. And what I was told is that's where they were digging tiff. They'd found a tiff deposit there and were digging around these trees. There's all kinds of these potholes around here like that. They are on my property too. So, not something you want to go running through the woods at night because you don't see one of those holes, you're going to break a leg. Now, here's a path. There's animal trail path going right through there. Not sure where it's coming from, right up here behind me. There's been critters running up and down that right there. You can tell all the leaves are overturned and mussed up along with the pine needles. So this would be a place where I'd set up like over in there somewhere and watch. Try to keep from being seen and get some dinner if I needed it. One thing Kim will never have to worry about is going hungry because I'll make sure we got food one way or another. I see a road, I believe. I think. Not sure what the hell that is over there. We're gonna find out. Might be the road. Oh, I think I know where I'm at. I think this is the turnaround. It is on the north end of the old road. So we did go quite a bit north. This actually going back up through there. They put all that rock right there, so you couldn't get cars through here. I actually lived back up that way. I thought I went quite a bit north. I told y'all I thought I was going north quite a bit, making a big oval. But that will actually lead out to the road down there, but I would have to go all the way down there, about a quarter mile that way, a mile back this way, and a half mile back this way to get to my house. So we're going to cut back through the woods over here. I ain't walking all that. Always did. I seen this on Google Earth, but I never knew. I'd never been to it. But yeah, here's where they pushed all the rock up here to keep the cars and stuff from going through here when they closed the road off. Many, many years ago. Many years ago. As you'll be able to tell as I go through here. And then they have a ravine going through here. So even if you wanted to, you'd have to come in with a bunch of rock and fill all this in. You tell where it's washed down in there real hard. This is the kind of places I like to look for arrowheads and stuff that's been washed out like this. If it was buried, it got brought to the top. Excuse me. I'm not seeing nothing right on top here. But let's see if we can follow this road. We can sort of find it on our way back up through here. Yeah, this ain't bad. I wonder how far. We're going to find out real quick how far that is from where I actually went in down here. You know what? I think we're there already. We are. Right here's where we went in. So I didn't come out that far different from where I went in, just a little bit north. Right there's the land markers for Pete's property. And right through there's where we walked in and went back up in there. Not bad. This is all washed out too. I don't know why I haven't come down here and looked. See if I could find some arrowheads or anything. Then again, this does get a lot of four-wheeler traffic. Pete and I both come down through here just to have somewhere to ride to. This property over here, that's Jason's. That's my one neighbor, my northern neighbor. This over here is Pete. He owns this one and the two properties above my property up there. And he don't plan on selling, and Jason don't plan on selling. I don't plan on selling, so we pretty much got us a nice little niche back here, right next to the woods. Now, I got these on my property, but they never turn orange like that. That one's got a bee on it. Walking around. Mine never turn orange like that up there. Mine always stay white. I don't know what the hell the difference is. Oh, and yeah, I made sure, because of all this, the way the weather's been lately, I made sure I dosed myself up good with Deep Woods Off before I went out here, because there have been all kinds of ticks and fleas out this year. It's been one of the worst years I've seen here in Missouri. I've been down here 15 or 16 years now, and this has been the worst year for fleas and ticks. My legs, my lower legs were all ate up. I finally went out and did the yard real good, sprayed the house down real good, and now I'm not getting bit anymore. Even had to spray my bed down because the little boogers were getting in my bed, biting me in my sleep. And no, it wasn't bed bugs. Definitely flea bites, and pulled a couple ticks off me, and I know where they're coming from, even though our dogs are treated. And that next guard works really good. They still jump on them, but they'll jump off because they know they're going to die. Then they'll go find if there's something close by, like me or them or whatever. They'll come bite us before they croak. So, sprayed the bed down and the carpet around it, and sprayed the yard down. Sprayed the whole side of all four sides of the house, and we ain't had a problem since. My legs are finally starting to clear up. That goes back in. Pete's gonna make a shooting range right back in there for us. Go back and shoot. Everything you see over here now is all mine. That's all my woods. Well, it ain't all my woods. They go clear way up there. I see the top of them big trees back there. That's all mine. And this goes back in just about 3,000 feet that way. And I go from about 100 feet beyond that telephone pole. You can't even see up top of the hill yet. That second telephone pole way back there, not this first set here. There's another one way back there. That is just about the end of my property. I go a little bit farther than that, up there on the south side. And then of course we dug all this out down here, and I dug all this out down here, leveled all this, and built that house. I've had, I don't want to say zero help, because Kim has helped when she could. It was just little things here and there, but I literally built that entire house myself. The only help I had other than Kim was Mr. Pete, my neighbor, come down here and helped me put some metal on the other side. I had fell off a ladder. Well, actually, I didn't fall off the ladder. The ladder collapsed. It was a fiberglass ladder, and the leg gave way on it, with just me on there. And I was coming down where I could land good, and the ladder bounced, and my leg hit the side of the ladder when I come down, and flipped me on my side, and I dislocated my right arm. So that's why Pete come down and helped me, because I needed to close that in. Thanks, Teriyaki. Terry, I'll get that out to you this week, and I will send you my email, my real email, back to you, and I will send you my phone number in case you need to text me for something. You're more than welcome. I think you already got my phone number, but I don't remember. I got so many people's phone numbers when I was out there. My phone's overcrowded with them. I have to look at them and think who the hell that was. But everyone, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for going for the walk with me. It was nice talking to you. I'm looking forward to doing some more of this, but in different locations. And I'm looking to figure out how I'm going to keep this channel alive, keep things going. Hopefully I'll be able to get up there on the 24th to Jefferson City Let me change this camera back around here. Settings, camera. Let's go to the front facing. Oops, come here. There we go. Back here. All right, now you can see me again. But hopefully 24th, I'll be able to go to Jefferson City. They're having some kind of a Patriot cookout barbecue. And if I can find out where it's at, I need to get a hold of Jesse from JNN on YouTube. He knows where it's at. And see if I can't get a hold of him and find out exactly where this is. Get an address or something. And I'd like to go up there and film it and enjoy my time with a bunch of Patriots. So anyway, guys, love y'all. Y'all take care. God bless. And get out of the way. And we will talk to you all soon. Later.